Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down. The medicine go down. Hey, Alec. Willkommen. Wie geht's? In the most delightful way. It's been a long time, been a long time, been a long, lonely, 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 lonely time. Welcome back. This is Eddie's Funhouse, and it's Saturday. What do you do on a Saturday? Said hi. Alex said hi. Who's the other one there? Nicomanto. I'll get familiar with these people. It's always good to know your fans. Your fans help make you who you are. I like you just the way you are. Wow, I've got so many things to play with here. So many fidgety. Did you try the Insta thing? I did, but I don't think my phone has a lot of space on it. My phone keeps telling me that I'm running out of memory. Maybe I'll get a pad for Christmas or something. Get me a nice pad that has lots of memory on it. I need somebody to show me all that. I think my nephew knows how to do things online. That way I don't have to just be on YouTube. TikTok, you actually make money. You can be on YouTube for years like me. 2009, I've been on YouTube, and I haven't made one penny. But I'm not gonna let that affect me. I'm going to see how many people join me today. That's a nice frame back there. Oh, that one? It says, thank you. Have a nice day. I made that out of a bag. I went to a Chinese restaurant, and that was their to-go bag. And I put it into a frame. You know, it makes you cheerful. I don't have much going on back there. I'm going to try to figure out how to do the green screen. Hello. That's real nice. So what have I already said? I've already said it's Friday. I sang a couple of songs. And played the kazoo, played the fart gun. I played the fart gun? No, I activated the fart gun. Did you go Black Friday shopping? No. There are a lot of videos about Black Friday. They whacked your capo, Eddie. What will you do now? What will you do now? They whacked my capo. Well, then I guess we have to declare war. We have to find out who did it. Who done it? We're going to find him in a trunk with a look on his face like, that's some serious business, you know? You can't take that lightly. When someone whacks your capo, you gotta focus on, what do you do? What do you do next? Well, I got to call up Al Capone. I got to call up Paul Castellano. See if they can give me some advice. Chicago Outfits is the enemy. Oh, okay. Okay. Didn't know that. Yeah, so you're on you're in Sicily. Because there's the New York chapter. I better not talk too much. I don't want to be the guy who knew too much, because I'd be in a trunk. Hi, how are you? My name is Eddie, and this is my funhouse. You got to pick a new capo then. If somebody whacks your capo, you got to see who's next in line. I live in a trunk. You live in a trunk. Trunks used to have a lot of room. Trunks nowadays, you're lucky to get your groceries in there. They don't make cars the way they used to. Yep, that's right. A lot of problems are buried out in the desert. A lot of problems are buried out in the desert. My capo died because of constipation. What a way to get. Yeah, there we go. I'm having trouble with that too. If you're on a lot of medications, it makes it hard. It makes your poop turns to something else. It has a mind of its own. I put my thing down, flip it up, and reverse it. You guys make me laugh. I like being made to laugh. I want to have a contest called Make Ed Laugh. Did I read that right? Constipation. That's no laughing matter. That can be the birth of hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoids bleed. They bleed and yeah. That's why I like laxatives. I was thinking about names for laxatives, like poop ease. Poop ease, or like, I don't know. It takes some imagination to come up with names. That's stuck with me. Poop ease. Poo be gone. No, that was already taken. Vaporize. What was that movie with Jack Black? You know, the cheese man of New England died recently. The cheese man. I didn't know that. Carmen. Well, may he rest in peace. That's all we can hope for now, is rest in peace. Once life is over, when life is over, it's over. Run the credits. In Japan, you have to sit and watch all the credits at the end of a movie. Otherwise, they think it's disrespectful to get up and walk. We don't do that here in America. When the credits run, that's when you have to get up. That's your cue to leave the theater. You're the cool boss of a union. That's right. Unions. They make them a little money off of unions, don't they? Yeah. They have enforcers. Yeah. Imagine that, before Giuliani. How were before Giuliani? And isn't it funny that it's only the Italian mob? It's only the Italian mafia that they come down hard on. You never hear about them arresting the Irish mafia or the Russian mafia. It's always the Italian mafia. That raises some questions. They are some real deal. Yeah. Bravas. Am I saying that right? Yep. It's good to know who's who. Who do I talk to? Who do I not talk to? So today's Saturday. I guess chili is on the menu tonight. We had pizza last night. It wasn't the best pizza. Add Q&A. A movie or TV show you could watch forever. Forever. Mythbusters. I like Mythbusters. I like how they got outside and blew things up, tested myths. Another one was Dual Survivor or Dual Survival. I like those Bear Grill, how they put them on an island. They put men and women on an island and they try to see who's going to survive. Survivalists. Those are always fun. Sometimes supernatural shows like Zach Bagans. I think I'm saying his name right. Zach Bagans. He has that serial killer museum or Museum of Oddities or something like that. That'd be neat to go see. And also the Ed and Diane Warren or something like that. No, Lorraine. Sorry, Ed and Lorraine Warren. They were paranormal investigators. And they did like exorcisms. Sometimes they kept the dolls or the artifacts. That's what they say. That's scary stuff. People wake up with scratches. They hear weird noises. What are some other shows I liked? Oh, How'd They Do That? You ever seen that show? It's called How'd They Do That, or How It's Made. That was a good show. Today we're going to show how they make violins or how they make traffic lights or crayons. People call them crowns. I want to color some crowns instead of crayons. It's spelled crayon. I like how I can look out this window, even though all I see is a tree and some more trees. I'd rather see trees than buildings because I'm a country boy. So we're down to 0. Don't forget to leave those likes. Those few likes that I get. In 12 minutes. It seems like much longer than that. I have my happy box. I have my little happy box. Keep your happy box open. So how's business out there? How are things? See, that's the thing about the feds is they don't like competition. They don't like competition. As soon as you start succeeding, even though you're doing the same thing as they do, sometimes people, business has to be handled. Sometimes you got to get your message across. Sometimes you got to collect. I think that's why they don't want gambling here. They don't want gambling unless it's regulated by the state here in Georgia. There'd be a lot of money made if they just allow gambling. They wouldn't need food stamps. We wouldn't need to be on food stamps or welfare, sucking up the government money. Just open up a. But then you'd have probably some other wars going on. Competing casinos. I heard this one saying it was alcohol, tobacco, and firearms should be a convenience store, not a branch of the government. Alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. That's the American way. I wonder why we're not exporting, Here in America, we should just be exporting a lot of the food. Pigs are a big problem in Georgia and Texas. My brother-in-law, he has wild boars on his property. I want to get me a nice rifle. show up on a Friday and wait out there for the pigs, the hogs. The sows are what you have to kill. You got to kill those female pigs. If you could just shoot up all the female pigs, they can't reproduce. Who's out there? I never thought. And then the Joro spiders. And there's also those pythons. I forget what they're called, Burmese pythons. In Florida, there's all these pythons. They reproduce at an alarming rate. I love you. Thoughts on Jack in the Box? I had a Jack in the Box across the street from me. My apartment complex. I live in an apartment complex on Bell Street. I think it was called Bell Street. Yeah, Bell and Arden. I used to go across the street to get me those ciabatta. They were ciabatta ham and cheese for breakfast. Aloha! I haven't heard aloha in a while. Aloha. Yeah, when I lived on the Hawaiian island of Oahu, I got to see a lot of cool stuff there. G'day. Welcome to Eddie's Funhouse on the other side of the world, where the drains spin the other way. Corey, remember me? I love how my youngsters, my younger fans, remember me? Oh, I've got the fan on. I'm glad I figured out what was making the noise. Eddie's Funhouse will one day be a household name like Domino's Pizza. One day, I'm going to have to put in the work. I need to put in the work. I've been doing that since 2020. This is 2025. 2023, I think, is when I started doing Eddie's Funhouse. I changed the handle of my channel. Maybe this will slowly grow. Maybe about 50 years from now, I'll finally be that household. Not 50 years, maybe 10 more years. Then I can start getting sponsors. I love you. You love my live streams. All right. I like to hear that. Gives me a reason to keep doing this, whatever this is. Where I sit and answer questions or comments. Tell people that it's all right. My brother gave me this shirt. Yeah, I think it was yesterday afternoon. He seems to think I have a sweater shortage. I have a lot of sweaters. I'm going to take some of them to Goodwill. I rarely wear a sweater. This is definitely sweater weather. The nights are getting like 28 degrees Fahrenheit. Thoughts on Julia Childs? She was a spy. Julia Childs. I think she worked at the CIA or something like that. She was a big woman. That's a long time ago. They made a lot of fun of her on SNL. I think Dan Aykroyd used to dress up like Julia Childs. Julia Childs. And then there was Martha Stewart. Martha Stewart had her show. She was kicking it with Snoop Dogg. The smell of a candle. I noticed if you light a candle, all the oxygen in the room leaves. Candles need a lot of oxygen, a lot of air. You can create a vacuum just by lighting a candle under the right circumstances, the right conditions. Sorry. I like this room. I would like to move into this room. It looks less like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Somebody decided to get an aerosol can of bug spray and spray it on the walls in the other room. I like to do that. Just clear out this room and then refurnish it. All I need is a one-man bed. It's like 7 feet long. I like how my bed, my feet hang over the edge of my bed, or the end of the bed. I have like a queen size. I don't know how I got a queen size bed. It was a hand-me-down. Hand me down my walking cane. Thoughts on butterball turkey? If thoroughly cooked, I like butterball. I like Cornish game hen. We should have that for Thanksgiving. Just get some Cornish game hens. Those are good. Little tiny, each person gets their own little turkey, their own little bird. You could stuff it with stuffing. My face is losing its elasticity. The elasticity of our city. So there's only one person, huh? Everyone else is gone. I always have like 12 people, 14 people at the beginning of the show. And then, yeah, I keep saying that because it's true. So now I have 5 likes. Keep those likes coming. Let me see, if I eat peanuts and M&Ms, I'm going to get thirsty. If I get thirsty, I'm going to have to go to the bathroom later. I'm trying to lose some water weight. I think I'm pretty sure I'm retaining water. I'm watching my diet lately. I think it's my thyroid. I'm on thyroid medication now. Thyroid problems make your neck fat. I can't do this anymore. I can't button the very top. Look at that. You have 7 likes. I only see 5. Not very accurate, is it? I hope my UK people show up. You know, like Scrooge McDuck and Call Me Collard. Or I'm name dropping. Thoughts on Cherry Gold Dust? I don't know. I've never met her. You know what I wish a lot of my fans would do is make videos so I can see what they look like. They know what I look like. They know what I look like. They're growing new teeth now. They're claiming that they can grow new teeth. So if your teeth get all messed up, they can, or they have to pull teeth, they can put the tooth back in. They grow you a new tooth, which I like. I like the idea because I'm missing 2 teeth in the back here. Thoughts on my dad turning 86 years old and possibly not leaving me an inheritance. I don't know. I don't know about that. We've talked about this before, haven't we? Yes. Some people you can predict. You can predict what they're going to do. Well, you can't take it with them. You might as well leave it with you, you know. You know, it might make him look good. If he's a true narcissist, you know, it might make him good to bequeath unto you a great fortune. Bequeath. That makes me laugh. Inheritance. People, I wonder how many people just spend their inheritance. They get a large sum of money and then it's just all gone on wine, women, and song. and gambling. He's a narcissist and has post-traumatic stress disorder. Yeah. That's also something to consider. PTSD. A lot of soldiers, a lot of first responders, a lot of law enforcement. Yeah, post-traumatic stress disorder. Just the exposure to traumatic situations. There's some treatment plans for that, I think. They used to use shock therapy. They called it shell shock. There were some other words for soldiers who came back from war. Shell shock. That's some terrible stuff because it affects the nervous system, the sympathetic nervous system. When being around explosions and horror, your body's not made for that. Your psyche is not made for that. It's crazy how a lot of people can get together and just blow other people up. Vietnam would do it to you. Oh, yes. There was a story about Tom Savini. Look up Tom Savini. They call him the king of splatter. He has a duck story. A duck set off a trip flare and he fired his machine gun. Until then, he never eats duck. He never ate duck again. I had a duck sit with me one time. I was feeling kind of low, I was feeling mighty low, and this white duck came over and just sat just a step or two away from me and looked up at me. And I was thinking about that duck. A duck can't call 911. A duck doesn't have an emergency room to go to. They're just out there. They're just exposed to whatever might kill them. They kind of put things into perspective. So maybe it was a Buddha. A Buddha came back and meditated with me, and I became enlightened. I was watching a lot of Tom Savini documentaries about how he put together special effects. Yep, a tour for 1 year. Some people got sent back. You're supposed to have a break, R&R. Yeah, my dad was in Vietnam. My two uncles were in Vietnam. What was horrible was they had your birthdays. It was based on your birthdays. And if you saw your birthday come up on the television screen, you had to report. And you couldn't go. You couldn't say no. Call that the draft. Some people enlisted and some people who didn't enlist were drafted in. That's horrible, man. You have no choice. You can get maimed, tortured, whatever. A war you don't even agree with. A lot of people didn't agree with the Vietnam War. They didn't get the support. People would come back from Vietnam and be spat upon, called baby killer. There's been times when I've seen a Vietnam vet, they have their hat, and I walk over and say, welcome home, because they never got that. Just a welcome home. People who are, I don't know how it affects them, but, it's the least we can do. If you see a Vietnam vet, even if you don't know them, just say, welcome home. It looks like they were positively affected by that. Sometimes when I go to the hospital, for my mom's what do they call those appointments? I'll see one of them with their hat on. I mean, we as Americans, we need more voice. We need a bigger voice when it comes to government and how it's run. Weapons of mass destruction and things like that. Sending people off because Iraq is attacking Kuwait. That's not our country. And that was why 9/11 happened, I hear. That's why 9/11 happened. It's because we went into Kuwait and we are infidels. We're not Muslims. They wanted only Muslims to go in there. We could have just let the Taliban take care of it, or I don't know. But then there's oil. I don't know. There's so many politics makes strange bedfellows. Politics. A lot of effed up S. I don't know if I can cuss on this show. This is not. I love you too. Yeah, that's deep stuff. I think it's part of being an empath, somebody who's empathetic. You don't know everything, but like I keep saying, I don't know everything, but I don't have all the answers. That's what I say. I don't have all the answers, but I do have some questions. Because psychology is a big part of life. Psychology is a huge part of life that people ignore. Mental health. It might not be genetic. It might not be physical. It could just be mental. The stuff people are exposed to every day. People have thresholds, just like with pain. And I think we need to look at the mental, the mental condition of each person. That way they don't shoot up schools. They don't go nuts. Put more power into the people's hands. I used to say, they took the law into their own hands. Maybe there should be more of that. There should be more of taking the law into your own hands, because you're the victim. You know what they did to you. You know what you're having to wake up to every morning. I was thinking about sling blade law, have a sling blade law, like if a kid's being molested or assaulted by their father or by their uncles, they should be able to do something. You're still here. Yes, you are. Keep going. I am now Little Pepsi. Oh yeah, you changed yourself to Little Pepsi. You changed quite a bit, don't you? I've forgotten all the aliases you had. Are you trying to run from something? First I ran from you, now I run. No, first I ran to you. First I ran to you, now I run from you. Those are songs that I grew up with. Tainted love, whoa. What do you do if you have to fart? How do you mask it? I'd say let it rip. It's funny. It's funny when people fart shamelessly. It's the aftermath. Whatever's in your colon is now airborne particles. Whatever was, sitting there, gas, solid, liquid, whatever is sitting in your rectum. It's all beyond the anus. I'd like to write a book called Beyond the Anus. Whatever gets emitted, whether it's a solid, liquid, gas. That sounds like a soap opera. I remember soap operas were really popular. Wahoo! Hi. G'day. I'm trying to keep this PG. I'm very pale. Have you noticed that? Pale face. That's what they used to call us in the cowboy movies. Pale face. Paleface, speak with forked tongue. There's a lot of things that could be done but aren't done. You know, there are people who are alive that shouldn't be. There are a lot of people who are walking the earth, eating food, breathing the air, who should not be alive. I think there's too much empathy sometimes. Too much empathy. Oh, we could never kill a person. It's like, wait till you see what they did. Wait till you see what this guy did. He was saying, where's my gun? Oh my God. Where's my rifle? Where's my pistol? But sometimes I think they go overboard with criminal punishment or crime and punishment. They go way overboard in some countries. It's like, isn't it easier just to kill the guy and you don't have to worry about him anymore? I think what it is there's all that frustration and anger and, vengeance to take out on this guy who did all this harm. I'm looking out the window as I talk to you. This is my therapy. This is my couch time. Couch surfing. That's what, didn't they call it that? When you go to see your psychiatrist, just lay back and start spouting off, talking about your life and how things affected you. A lot of therapy is they get you to listen to yourself. That's what I think therapy really is. In a nutshell, they get you to listen to yourself. They get you to come up with your self-repair. Hello! I was just talking about Scrooge McDuck. Scrooge McDuck! I remember that. Wasn't it DuckTales? I used to watch that when I was in college. In the cafeteria, they had a TV, and they would play Silver Spoons because that's what would be playing. DuckTales, Launchpad McQuack. Oh, you're bringing back memories. Memories. Oh man, if I could just go back to when I was in college. I didn't know what college was. College, you're supposed to, it's what do they call that? Extended learning, greater learning, something like that. I didn't know how everything worked. I just graduated from high school. And then I have dreams that I was still in high school. Those were bad. It's like, why am I still here? I've had dreams about previous jobs I've had. Previous jobs is like I'm at a job and I go, I don't work here anymore. I'm in this job and my old boss is there. It's amazing what dreams, your dreams, where it puts you sometimes when you're having a dream and how weird they are. There should be prizes you can win. Just win prizes like the strangest dream. We all know why 6 is afraid of 7, but why is 5 afraid of 7? Why is 5 afraid of 7? 6 is afraid of 7 because 7, 8, 9. Oh, I was reminded of a joke. And then I forgot it again. Mustache looking good, sir. Very easy rider. That's right. Get your motor running. It's sad how that show ended. Easy Rider ended with some hillbillies shooting our biker friends. Hillbillies. That's the way it was back in the 50s, I'm pretty sure. If you rode into the wrong small town and you ain't from around here, 7 is a 6 offender. I like jokes. 7 is a 6 offender. Yep. It's Saturday. You know what? It dawns on me sometimes. I already checked the mail, so I don't have to worry about the mail tomorrow. I don't need to worry about the mail tomorrow. There's no post on Sunday. That's right. I learned that from Harry Potter. There's no post on Sunday. I love playing that tune. I wonder what it would be like to sit and have a chat with the cast members of Harry Potter. And I'll have Daniel Radcliffe, the guy who played Ron Weasley, and Hermione Granger, the lady. I forgot his name already. I used to know all names. Rupert Grint or something like that. G'day. Yes. What are you tired of hearing? What do you... That really was a popular show, a popular movie series, Harry Potter. I used to wait for each of their episodes to come out. That sounds very medieval, doesn't it? If you play it with the right instrument. Back in the days, long ago, Renaissance, during the medieval times. That was Andy Dick that was in that movie. Cable guy. My TV was the babysitter. We've got to kill the babysitter. How was your Thanksgiving? Oh, it was really good. I spent it at my brother's house. My brother's house. We had ham, we had turkey, we had there was lots of macaroni and cheese. Mac and cheese. Would you like some? They had mac and cheese with some bacon bits sprinkled on. I kind of like that. Every once in a while you bite into a piece of bacon. Who doesn't love bacon? I didn't have any desserts, though. I said, I don't want to eat until I hate myself. I used to do that. I'd go to Hometown Buffet, and what else? There was another one. A couple of buffets in town, and I would eat and eat until it hurt. I'd be walking out to my car, and it's just like, I can't take this. Amazing. It was a potluck. Everybody was told to bring something. You know, we were told to bring green beans and cranberry sauce. So you celebrate Thanksgiving also, don't you? Country Kitchen. Yes, I remember that. We have what other Hometown Buffet. That's the one that I remember the most. They would be open on Thanksgiving. So when I lived in California, I didn't have any family there. So I would go off to Hometown Buffet. And it was good. Their ham, their turkey, their stuffing, all that jazz. Fun stuff. Here it's Takai. There's a Japanese restaurant called Takai, and they're the only restaurant open on Christmas. On Christmas. So we're eating what's Japanese cuisine on Christmas Day. We wait till it's dark and we head out. Country Kitchen. There's so many good ones. Cracker Barrel. But that's not a restaurant. I don't think that's a restaurant. Marie Callender's was a good restaurant. It wasn't a buffet, but Marie Callender's, it was like the restaurant looked like a house, like you're eating at someone's house. Oh, this guy. Let's see what we can do about that. Let's hit that button again. There we go. Da, 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 da. Remove. Let's remove him. There we go. We'll see what happens. Sorry about that. People, they have nothing better to do. That must be a sad life. Nothing better to do than to go on someone else's live stream and try to tamper with it. You don't tamper. You don't tamper with Eddie's Funhouse. That's good advertising when all you can remember is one buffet. I remember I went to one buffet and I backed into somebody. It ruined my whole day. I just finished eating, got into my car, backed up, and I hit a van. I backed into a van, a parked van. Not one drink. I just went into, JJ North's. That's what it was called. JJ North's. That was also, another one was Luau Gardens. Who remembers Luau Gardens? They had a couple of those in California. It was it was kind of like a Chinese buffet because they served mostly Hawaiian and Chinese food. Luau Gardens. They even had fish tanks in there for ambiance. That was good. I loved Luau Gardens. Go in there like for lunchtime. JJ North. Their chicken wasn't on the bone. What's going on here? I hit so many buttons. There we go. Oh, a paragraph. We do, but currently not as festive as you guys. One spent Thanksgiving with relatives. Oh, I once spent Thanksgiving with relatives in Wisconsin, and still remember the feeling and incredible food. That's right. It's cooked at home. That way you know things aren't put in it. They don't put things when you cook at home. There was one guy who starved to death because he only trusted his wife. He only trusted his wife to cook for him. And his wife fell ill or something. So it's not quite as festive. We need to build a, what are those called? An amusement park. There's no theme parks, I hear, in the UK. No, come on. Trolling is fun. Carter might try more subtle strategy, though. Racial slurs are difficult to find the humor in, especially for Shrek. I know. Put some more thought into it. Sometimes you have to catch it. You have to catch when somebody is trolling you. Sometimes that's all it is. They'll say things to get you upset, to get you off-centered. It's like, let's try, troller. I know, maybe I should be a little more lenient. When people get creative, just let's see what they do. Some people get creative. That's a good IQ test, you know. When you notice changes, notice patterns. Yes, sir, Carter. Please put a bit more effort. That's right, into your craft. Put more effort. It is a craft. Just come on to somebody's. It's funny sometimes the things people say. Sometimes Tom Green, when I watch the Tom Green show, he does a show, or I don't know if he still does it, from his house, and he has an open line, and people come onto his show through the open line, and they'll say stuff that's that's kind of insulting but funny. How magnanimous if you Mr. Eddie. That's right, magnanimous. That's a big word. That's a big word. Let trolls have their day. That's right. We welcome trolls. You know, it tests your mentality. It tests your wit, you know, when you can spot a troller. Some people are genuine, you know, and some people are just trying to get a rise out of you. Like, are you trying to get a rise out of me? I like the kazoo. Pineapple Express. Did you like that movie? I should carry this to the grocery store. There was a grocery store, I played my flute in the grocery store, and they told me to stop. If I can't play my flute, maybe I'll try my kazoo. And just march up and down the aisles, pushing my grocery cart. I think the kids would like that. NBH. I'm a Bug Judd Apatow fan. You are. Roblox. Roblox is supposed to be really bad for kids. I like Seth Rogen. Yeah. You know what I liked him in? Observe and Report. Have you seen that movie? Observe and Report. He played that crazy security guard. That was a pretty good. If you watch it uncut, you know, uncensored, good show. Ray Leone, I think, was in that movie. He played the cop that didn't want him to join. He was really mad at him. I like creative cussing. Yeah. He was in Zack and Mary Make a Porno or something like that. What was the other one? There was another movie. There's a lot of Seth Rogen type style movies. Not to be confused with Joe Rogan. I can feel air coming out of the other end. Eddie, I swear we are kindred. We are. Woo! Kindred spirits. We come from the same dimension. We are like up there with the seventh heaven. We dwell in the heavenlies and in the lowly parts. You know, that's where we get our humor. We master light and darkness. I wouldn't say master. We're familiar with it. We're familiar with light and darkness. Kindred spirits. Happy Christmas. We're going right into Christmas. Thanksgiving was just a day ago. Never heard anyone else mention it was it as one of their Seth Rogen favorites. Yeah, no one mentions. He was so good in it. Yeah. Unhinged. That's right. No holds barred. That's what they say in wrestling. No holds barred. You can put somebody in any hold you want, and it's not barred. Love that great Mexican actor, too. Mexican actor. He's Mexican? I thought he was Puerto Rican. That guy's been in a lot of movies. I thought he was Puerto Rican. Yeah. Yeah, that guy who was coming down the escalator. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, man. The one that got him high and hit him over the head. That is a very unknown, that's a little known movie. Observe and Report. Oh, sorry. You must be. It could be. You can't group all of our Latinos together. You can't just group them together like that. That's racist. That would be racist. I like my racism more subtle. That's what this is about. This is all about. We look at what's funny. That's what we need to do. We need more of that. We need more gazoo. We need more jaw harp. We need more fart gun. A guy I like is Gary Oldman. Great Gary Oldman. I like when he's being interviewed. He has a sense of humor. Yeah, Ray Liotta. That's what it was. Ray Liotta. He played the cop that was really annoyed. He was the annoyed cop. Anna Faris was in that movie. The bed scene. Yeah. When he shot that guy, that was pretty wild. That was gratuitous violence. Yeah. I got to watch that movie again. I wish I could watch it with you. Okay, everybody, get your DVD. Get your DVD out of Observe and Report, and we're all going to start. I could sit out in the living room, put this phone in a tripod, and we can all have popcorn. That's right. Crazy babies. Crazy babies never say die. Born to live on a permanent high. Flying high above the world below. They better come down soon or everyone will know. I'm an Aussie fan. Could do it live. I could. Say, okay, everybody, you can get your laptops. You can get your DVD player. I have a little DVD player. I could just plug it in right here. I have a receptacle right beside me. And I go, okay. But I'd have to listen through my headphones because I don't want the sound to get on the live. Have them pinch me for copyright. I wish I would quit that. I would love to play music. So, okay, here's a song I found. Here it goes. We could do that. Call it Ed's DVD Party. If you have a DVD player, again, you can just get out your laptop, and I'm pretty sure your laptop can play a DVD. And you could just get your phone and your DVD, or have a window. You can open a window for Eddie's Funhouse and then a window for the movie you're watching. That's genius. I could sit here with my little DVD player, and I'm pretty sure it has headphone capability. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? Hey, everybody, get out your DVD player, put in it. Yeah. Then we could watch The Thing. Have you seen The Thing with Kurt Russell? There was another. I have a bunch of good movies. Real Steel, where they have those fighting robots. Fighting robots! Splendid. What other shows? Oh, Starship Trooper. You ever seen Starship Trooper? Yes, sir. That would be. I'll have to do that. Then you can tell all your friends, hey, we're going to have a DVD party every Friday night, you know. Or how about Saturday nights? Because you're all rested, you know, from the day at work. Saturday, if you happen to have Saturday off, let me go get my DVD player. We could watch Kill Bill 2. I have the Machete movies with Danny Trejo. I got Machete and then Machete Kills. We could watch Machete and then have like a bathroom break. I could put like a Bobo. I could have the camera on Bobo. That would be funny. While we're all going to the bathroom, going to the bathroom and getting our drinks and popcorn. Have me a Saturday night. Leave me some room at your table. Oh, there's always room at the table. Are you kidding me? There's plenty of room at Eddie's Funhouse. We only got 2 people watching. It is out of sheer morbid curiosity that I'm allowing this freak show to continue. We need you. My mustache. I need to shave the rest of this. Easy Rider, Easy Rider. Oh no, that's CC Rider. CC Rider. I was thinking about being Elvis for Halloween. I was looking at costumes. They're not very expensive. I could be Elvis. I can get the glasses. Hulk Hogan. Yeah, there we go. Hey, brother. What are you going to do when Eddie's Funhouse runs wild on you? What are you going to do when Hulk Hogan? He was a pretty big guy, Hulk Hogan. It's real to me. Let's see. It's been an hour and 2 minutes. I'm getting hungry. Mom, could you make me a sandwich? Mom, are we out of Pepsi? Mom. There are guys like that. Don't you know this song? Save me a Saturday night. Leave me some room at your table. Skip into your heart, if I might, and stay there as long as I am able. That rhymes, table able. Holy poetry, Batman. That's a nice tune. We need to get some tunes going. But that's sad. I like to do this like a radio show where people can call in. What I'd like to do is start I want to get another phone besides this one. That way people can call me and we can chat. But then it would be long distance, wouldn't it? Oh, Neil Diamond. Okay. Turn on your heart light. Let it shine wherever you go. Let it make a happy glow for all the world to see. Turn on your heart light. I like Genie. Or what other songs does he sing? Neil Diamond. Forever in blue jeans, babe. Save me a Saturday night. Saturday night's all right. Dustin Diamond, Saved by the Bell. Wasn't he the guy who played Screech? That was a pretty popular show. Saved by the Bell. Mario. Who's that guy from Saved by the Bell? He was on a lot of shows. Screech passed away years ago. Yes, he did. Screech. How do you recover from that? How do you recover from playing a character? You know, like the guy who played Urkel. Did I do that? No, Pee Wee Herman used to say, I meant to do that. And Urkel used to say, did I do that? Yeah. Did I do that? Sweet Caroline, good times never felt so good. I've been inclined. That's what you would hear if you went to Kmart. If you walked up and down the Kmart aisles, sweet. And also those John Denver songs. Hi, Calypso, Rocky Mountain High, tomorrow. Yeah. I miss Kmart in some ways. Kmart. Thank you for shopping at Kmart. I was a cashier at Kmart. Thank you for shopping at Kmart. Shop smart. Shop S-Mart. Do you remember me? Do you remember me? Ed, we need Eddie's Funhouse. Oh, we need Eddie's Funhouse. I'll have to agree. You know what? I'm trying to ignore my hunger, but I can't. Hunger is what keeps us alive. My first job was at a Kmart and I got fired. You got fired? You're fired, Jetson. You're fired. You're fired. That's what Donald Trump used to say. You're fired. You're fired. I deserve to get fired. Why does that make me laugh? Fired. There was a video I found of a woman who spat on a customer and got fired. And she was trying to play it off. Well, he was rude to me. It's one of my latest shorts that I made. Yeah, she was good looking. She was a bit of all right. And I would have just hired her back, but made her do dishes, you know. That way you can't spit on anybody. You can't get into a confrontation with a customer if you're back there doing dishes. I live in Georgia. I also live in Georgia. Do you watch The Office? You know what? The one with Steve Carell. There's also one with Ricky Gervais. The Ricky Gervais was the original one, I'm pretty sure. And then I sometimes watch those episodes. If you have dry humor, then it's for you. Thoughts on the Big Boss? Big Boss Man and Chris Bennett living in Georgia before passing away. I guess this is where people come to die. Georgia, where people come to die. Steve Carell is all the way. Yeah, Steve Carell. And my tiny little nipples went to France. I like to do the cha-cha like a sissy girl. Yeah. He's Italian, Steve Carell. News. That was one of his better, I think that was his debut, was Bruce Almighty. Steve Carell. I killed a guy with the trident. I don't know what we're yelling about. Scoundrels. No, it wasn't. No, Dinner for Schmucks. Have you seen Dinner for Schmucks? I think I have that movie, Dinner for Schmucks. We should watch that one together. He makes little mouse figures. He taxiderms little mice in that movie. I have trouble describing what I'm looking at. The monkey's eating the paper. Today is a new day, folks. Well, I'm glad to have you all join me. I think tomorrow after church, I could probably open up the lines again. We can open up the channels of laughter, channeling that which is funny. It's time to put on makeup. It's time to dress up right. It's time to meet the Muppets on the Muppet Show tonight. The Muppets started in the UK. I was watching a documentary about the Muppets. Jim Henson. That was his creation. It's time to put on makeup. It's time to dress up right. It's time to meet the Muppets on the Muppet Show tonight. Dun, 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 dun. Dinner for Schmucks is based on a really funny French movie, really called Dinner for des Cons. That's, yeah. That Peter Gabriel song, Games Without Frontiers, War Without Tears, War Without Fears, Games Without Frontiers. That was based on the game show. Nee, 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 nee. That song kind of gives me the goosebumps. It's a goosebumpy kind of song. Hiding baboons in the jungle or something like that. Peter Gabriel has a lot of good songs, or had a lot of good songs. It's hilarious, Eddie, if you should watch with the subtitles. Yeah. With subtitles. Oh, the French subtitles. Well, I guess we can close this episode. I should come back, though. Come back tomorrow after I'm all rested up. We'll have to have a time, When is a good time? That way we can be like Happy Days. Remember Happy Days? Used to come on at 9 o'clock on Tuesdays. These days are right. Goodbye, gray sky, hello, blue. There's nothing can hold me that I will hold when I hold you. Seems so right, it couldn't be wrong. Rocking and rolling all along. These days are right. Wolfman Jack. Remember Wolfman Jack? I should do a segment on Wolfman Jack. Pains me to say anything nice about the French, but that movie was a winner. The French. I've never been to France. They're not very nice, are they? The French. I've heard stories, or anyways. I like to go by myself. Where is another place where the people are rude? I think the French are the rudest, aren't they? Canada, they're all about, was he nice? I hear stuff like that. People in Canada. Was he nice? Or sorry. Sorry. That's what they say. Sorry. You ever watch, I think it was the Anchorman. Jim Carrey was in that movie. Sorry. I like to go there. If I could start building up some funds, just go to Canada, go to Ottawa. I think Ottawa is where Tom Green's from. I like to go out on his ranch, Tom Green's ranch, so I could pet his pony. I want to pet he has a donkey and a horse, I think. Canadians are quite nice and polite. I hear that about the Japanese too. The Japanese are very polite. The English are polite, but not nice. I like the English insults. Have you ever listened to an Englishman, or how they insult each other? It's kind of like backhanded compliments and stuff like that. It would be an honor to be insulted by an Englishman. It would be quite an honor. They're polite, but not nice. Okay, I guess we'll see you again later. Have a great night. A great night. Have a beer. Have a beer in my name.